Grand Rising, loved ones. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with me, your favorite spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. Today, I want to talk to you guys about being the bigger person. Yes, you heard me. I said it. Being the bigger person. Because you know what? That is something that is very hard for a lot of us to do. Not me personally, I must say. Not me, but a lot of people. And honestly, the only reason why it's not hard for me to be the bigger person is because I was blessed enough that my mother raised me. She used to make me, force me to be the bigger person at times when I did not want to. It used to be times I used to want to beat bitches up. And I used to call my mom. And she used to be like, no, don't do it, no. Because, I'm a little bit off. I can be when provoked, as anyone. And a lot of times that's what makes people stoop to a level to which is not like them. And you have to realize that when you let yourself get to a level or go to a lows that's not like you, a depth that you're not usually at, that does not belong to you, it is foreign to your way of being. When something makes you step outside of your character or your nature in a negative way, it is up to you to maintain control of your power and your energy and be the bigger person. And that may include walking away, alrighty, keeping your mouth shut, turning the other cheek. It might include all those things that a lot of people be like, hell nah, I ain't no soft ass, on they renegade type shit. But the thing is, guys, you have to pick and choose your battles. Pick and choose your battles. We have to learn how to just work smarter instead of harder, okay? How to live more peacefully. And all that shit is unnecessary. It's unfucking necessary. I will tell you. Now, I'm not saying don't stand up for yourself. Nobody's stupid. And I feel like, for the most part, anybody who is reasonably sane or of sound mind and body can judge a reasonable standard of disrespect and self-defense and when to walk away and when to defend yourself. Okay? There is a difference between self-defense or the defense of yourself or somebody else and being the bigger person in a situation. Because sometimes certain things don't even warrant a response. If you claim things don't bother you, then why are you reacting? Why are you feeding into that negativity, that negative energy? You're giving that person, that agitator, whatever it is, whatever they want, you're giving them exactly what they want, which is your energy, right? You have to be the bigger person, guys. Sometimes we can say, okay, we're in this for the long haul. We're in it to win it with something. But sometimes you can fight the good fight for something. And that battle just might not be yours. And you have to be the bigger person. Instead of sitting there and battling or struggling, whether it be with an addiction, whether it be with a job, something that's a financial gain or benefit to you, sometimes you have to be the big person and realize certain things are not worth it. A lot of times people sell themselves, they sell their souls, their character for certain types of things, and it's just not worth it for money, for all types of things, for status. I said status. What the fuck is status, right? Stature, status. And sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes you walking away from a situation and being the bigger person will end up blessing you way better and bigger in the end. But you might not realize it at that time. Take it from me. Now that we're grown and we can have this conversation as mature adults, right? Without anybody jumping to conclusions about being a bigger person, we should understand that you being the bigger person, that displays more strength than fighting. It does. By picking and choosing your battles, It does. Sometimes by being the bigger person, sometimes being the bigger person may include you apologizing. Sometimes it may include apologizing. You know, humans, we like to be right. You know, I know I like to be right. I feel like everybody likes to be right. However, there are times we're human, human nature. We make mistakes. Everything's not 100%. Hell, there may be times where you are correct. And the other person's situation may be correct as well. Just two different perspectives, two different point of views. So now you're at a stalemate. So what's going to happen? Are you going to be the bigger person? You pick and choose your battles, depending on what the situation is. That helps a lot of relationships. Being the bigger person can make or break a lot of relationships. Okay? It establishes the hierarchy in any type of relationship on who can be the bigger person. Sometimes being the bigger person includes just walking away, not saying anything, as I said before. Sometimes what's understood doesn't need to be said. And we play these games with ourselves, right? When we really know what's good. Unnecessary. Just be the bigger person, guys. Alrighty? Because that shows maturity. We have children. We have people that watch us, that look up to us. All of us should look at ourselves as inspirations to others because people are around us and we influence everybody that we come by. And sometimes by us being the bigger person, you never know how that may influence somebody else around us. Sometimes you being the bigger person, when you go to Wendy's and they fuck your order up, even though you told the girl 3 times, but she was busy having a side conversation, instead of arguing with her in front of your children, sometimes you may just need to be the bigger person, right? And address her firmly without stooping to her level of disrespect or unprofessionalism in front of your children, and handle your shit a different way. I'm just saying. Instead of arguing with everybody everywhere, always feeling you're right, sometimes just be the bigger person and just let them have it. Especially if you know time will tell and time will show the truth, who's really correct. Sometimes you don't have to say it. Just let time show it. As we grow up, you should have better things to do than to be petty all the time and stoop to a level where you don't want to be or you don't want to identify yourself. That's what we have to realize, y'all. And I will tell you, I've had a lot of practice being the bigger person. At first, it was forced upon me at a very young age, but then it just became natural. And let me tell you, I contribute that 100% to why I look so goddamn good. Real shit. Sometimes you have to be the bigger person. Don't stress the small stuff. Know when to walk away, let shit go. You feel me? Being the bigger person is just like breaking a habit or starting a new lifestyle. At first it's hard, but then it just becomes natural. And when you don't do it, it feels funny. You know? I think everybody should try it. Take a petty break one day. Try being the bigger person one time. It's not as painful as it seems. You might like it. But with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your day. I love you all and be blessed.